My name is Emanuele, you say correctly. I'm head of media management in Mediaset Italia, and here is Davide.
Nice to meet you. I'm Davide. It's my first time on Fiat, and I am a media specialist in Mediaset.
Okay, just to show you what we'll discuss today here in the presentation, we try to represent, of course, what we do and what's the role of the archive in Mediaset, and then we focus on this new project that is, we call it Smart ADV Insertion. We describe the project, we describe how did we deal with it, describing all the workflows, all the changes that we introduce in our company. We try to do a demo, finger crossed, as we saw yesterday. And then we'll show you all the results and the lesson that we learned from this project. First of all, about Mediaset. Mediaset Italia is the leading commercial operator. We produce a lot of content from news to infotainment to entertainment that we distribute on generalistic and on thematic channels. On our Infinity, that is the OTT platform. We have radio channels and we have the advertising company. That's mainly what Tim said, give us the money to do what we do. In terms of, to focus more on the archive and on the production, we have 3 production centers distributed between Milan and Rome, more or less 20 studios between this location, and we manage the playout of around 16 channels that are generalistic and thematics, and of course the OTT service. About our role in the archive, we manage more or less 1 million hours of content that are related to 12 petabytes in our MAM, and around 18,000 hours of fresh material each year produced and ingested and managed. And in our department, we are more or less 50 people who to manage all this activity related to the role of the archives. So here is what we do. Our role is to manage the whole end-to-end process from the ingest, but also before, from the planning, supporting the editorial staff till the final activity of archiving, and to manage all this ecosystem of production asset manager, production storage, MAM, and legal deposit, where we keep every content that has been transmitted on our channels. To focus on this project, the trigger of this change has been a technology shift in the playout. We started in 2023. I don't want to bother you with all technical stuff, but we moved from legacy system to Mediagenics by Watson and Evers to manage the playout, and the MAM become always central in this activity. We previously have 2 distribution and playout center, one both in Milan, one was Cologno, the other was Segrate, and we centralized everything in Segrate. But to go deep in the project, here are the actors that are involved in this project and in the whole, let's say, definition of the content and the advertising breaking point. The main actors are the channel manager, that they define the editorial planning. They choose what to distribute daily, which film, which content, and so on. We have then the advertising department, who define where the breaks need to be played out. Of course, the internal production. Then is the media management. We take care about all the content, as I say, and then the programming, schedule, the content and the commercial, and then the playout to take care of the distribution. Considering the supply chain or engineering, we start with what we saw above. On the media management side, we just take care about the ingest and quality control, and everything happen later. The playout and the scheduling take care about the point that we are discussing, the cue point definition. And with this project, we bring this activity and we move it to the MAM and to our archive. And through the automation, the scheduling don't need no more to do this activity. It's automatic. It's fully automatic. Let me explain you a little bit more what happened before and what happened today. The main changes are related to this. We use, for example, Rambo, this film, and when the editorial staff decide to transmit Rambo on Italia Uno, this is one of our generalistic channel, and they say, okay, we would like to transmit it on the prime time, then has to match with the commercial planning, and the operative scheduling has to watch at the content, watch at the break, and then find the perfect time and the perfect content to fit the breaking point. After 10 minutes, after 15 minutes, they have to find the point where the film can be interrupted. Every time the media is played out, every time someone needs to check the content, check the commercial scheduling, and introduce a point to say, okay, this and this and this and this. More or less, each content was watched and the cue points were added from 10 to 20 times per content. You can imagine how long does this process take. The shift was to move the activity within the media management department with our media specialist, and with this technology, we just analyze the content one time, and as soon as we analyze, we have to validate the suggestion, the cue point that has been suggested by the artificial intelligence, and in one step, the content is ready to be used by every channel, by every platform, generalistic or OTT, and so on. Here is just a short framework, but what we did here, what we are doing here, is to adopt a back-end solution provided by AWS and a front-end solution developed by Fincons, that is mainly our system integrator, that create this advisor platform that we will show you later. In terms of process, what we are doing is to include this activity at the end of the quality control. So as soon as the content is ingested, we control the content, we say, okay, it's ready to be published, then we send it to the machine, to AWS, who process and who detect this cue point. Then an operator validates this cue point using markers. The metadata are then uploaded back to the MAM, to our MAM, and the content plus the metadata are ready to be distributed, to be played out. In terms of KPI, what we saw, we start with a couple of POC. One was by AWS, and the second by Synchronize. That is very interesting, in my opinion, startup from France. The results were better, but the AWS suite provide us a lot of different solutions, not just the cue point selection. So we decided to go on this solution. And what we saw is, as I told you before, the activity previously required a lot of watch again the same title, from 10 to 20 times, and a lot of effort, of course, of time spending for this process. In our 2B solution, we saw that we reduce a lot the time that we spend to manage this activity. When a content is ingested, the program preparation is the process to send the content to the cloud, to AWS, to be processed, is immediate. The process is per 2 faster, and the validation is per 4. So our operator can manage all this cue point and validate it. We'll show you how later. The next step, before I show you this, is this one. To define the workflow, we ask us which are the content that we have to to manage, and we found that, of course, we have to manage just the standard format. We defined that we have to manage content with a duration with more than 10 minutes. We have to focus on film, show, and so on, and of course the content that are ready to be broadcasted at the end of the quality control. The last check in the workflow has been the markers availability. Before this project, I told you all the markers were kept in a different system, and we check if we already have these markers or no. If we don't, can be a content from the library or a new content, then we send automatically to the AWS platform, and we manage all the process till the end. Next step about the markers and the kind.
Okay, we have a different marker program. Program is the real time of material. Start of material and end of material is a segment. Start and end credit. Start credit are the start of material, end credit the end of material. We have these two segments in TV movie, film, fiction, documentaries, and TV show, reality, talk show, and other one. And we have an eligible area. Eligible area we see later. And inside the eligible area we have a break, a marker, a cue point in telefilm, documentaries, film, TV movie, and crossfade, the same in the film, documentaries, TV movie, or black frame on TV shows, our production. Okay. Program in and program out, the duration total of the material. The duration total of material without start credit and end credit, we have eligible area. On eligible area, we can find the break, the cue point, for insert the other advertising. Breaks, cross frames, or black frames. But which are good cue point? Good cue point in a TV movie are change, or black frame, or crossfade. This is a good cue point for interruption the narration, because in the first images there are women inside. In the second image there are another contest outside. The same here. We have the people outside, and in the next chains we have the boy inside in another room. In this example we have two different chains, and in the center we have a natural black frame insert to the production. In this example is the Dr. House series. This is another type of chain, crossfade, usually used in old film. For example, this is a Western, and this is a good interruption from the material. Black frame, this is an example of our production, Mela Verde, or another forum. It's a talk show, and the different parts are separated a black frame of 3, 4, or 5 seconds, depend of the production decided before. Before. But there are a bad cue point. What's bad cue point? This is a bad cue point because the image is the same. The AI tool don't work good. This is another bad cue point because in the first image there's a woman, and the second image is the woman. We tell campo contro campo, cross talking. This is the same because the woman in the first image is in the office of Dr. House, and Dr. House sees the woman. This is another example similar because the man is the same man of second scene. This is not good because the chain is the same. this one and this one don't change. Here we have a particular, there are two chain. The first is good because we have the first image inside of house. We go out and we go in the new inside of the second image. The interruption good is the first, not the second. The same here. The good interruption is the first and not the second. Okay. Now we can see the demo of this tool. Okay. This is the home page of Advisor. We have the preview video, the timeline, and here we have the title, code of referment, and the typologies of material. In this case, is telenovelas. Is one Turkish series, very asset strategy of our programming. We have program in and program out. We can go. We have the start of material and the end of material. This yellow line are start credit and end credit. This is start credit. So and here finish is good. These are end credit. It's so good. After we can see the cue point inside the eligible area. This is the eligible area, the green lines. We have 5 different segments of 5 minutes. We can open the first segment. We can see the first cue point. This is a good cue point because we have a chain. We have the girl inside. We have another place. We can accept the cue point for the export at the finish in MAM library. We are on second segment. In the second segment, the proposition of EI is 1 point, and we can see the point. This is true, and we can accept the point. And in the first segment, there are two points. We can see the one or the second. The first is good, we accept. And at the finish, we can export the metadata inside the MAM library for the processing we can see later. Ricordo mai questa slide F5 blocco, no?
Ok.
Vabbè, qua possiamo andare avanti.
Sì.
Okay. We had the backup here, just in case the demo doesn't work. Okay, here are the results. As you see, we start with a lower percentage globally, but if we have a look at the different kind of content, the accuracy and the reliability is not so good. And what we are doing is to train this model to go to a better result overall in terms of purchased content and in terms of self-produced content. We are at the 4th, maybe working on the 5th release. but we still have to work. Here we represent the timeline. We start more or less 1 year and a half ago, and we are continuously improving the result that we obtain manually, suggesting back to AWS and saying, okay, this is correct, as Davide told, this is not correct. And what we are expecting is not to arrive at the 100% of the solution. I think it's impossible, but to help our operator to have the best suggestion for each point and to validate them and complete the process in the less time that we can. The two most important streams on the project, as I said, are this continuous improvement and the training that we are also performing on our human resources, because previously this activity was performed outside of the archive. It was related to the scheduling, to the operators in the playout, but we think it's related to metadata, it's related to the image recognition and to the content that we store and we keep and we manage, so we bring it inside our media management department and team. Okay, last 2 slides. What we represent here is funny. Yesterday we heard about the sandbox, about the sand. We say we are feeling like, going down with all this training. Oh, it's not correct, it is, it's not, and so on. About what? About, for example, the black frames. Amazon say, okay, this is a black frame, you can add a cue point. That we say no, because it's not, as Davide told. There's the audio, and we cannot interrupt the narrative part of the content here. We have a lot of scene change in this cross-talking, and the system, the AI say, okay, here you can add a cue point, and we are continuing to say, no, it's not correct. Start and the end credits are a nightmare. As soon as he saw something like text, say, hey, okay, here the credits end. No. So we are continuously checking and training and so on. Another topic of a nightmare is the cost, and we start saying, oh, wow, like magic, you have everything you want, but at the end of the month, the result that pop up for, hey, here is what you spent this month, and this is my expression per month. So we will try to define KPI and monitoring tool to manage daily what we process, and then which is the ongoing situation. And I think it's very important in the overall budget. Again, the training of the model and of the resources is fundamental too. We saw there's, of course, an improvement in the overall process, but as we talk so much, as Virginia said, humans are absolutely in the loop. There's no way to subsidize the human contribution to this activity. Another I think extremely important point is the importance of the teams, as we saw yesterday, in terms of okay, we don't want something like here is the solution, like a present ready for you, and you have just to apply. No, we think that it's a continuous improving process, and our roles, our media specialists need to also focus on technical competence. They have to improve on this side, and we have to work strictly with the IT department to find the best solution every day. What we saw in what we are seeing is always a matter of a bug and change request and okay, test and another bug, jump and so on. And the last question, as we saw, is there a collaboration between AI and human? And the answer also in our case is yes, and we think it's definitely the answer. So thank you all.